So the angel brought to my attention, and paying attention to the planets, you will also notice in the planets that when you look at the planets, that even in the letters of the planets, it's going to spell out Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. S-U-N. And the letters are three together. You have the same letters that spells sun, S-U-N. And the letters in the months that spell out in September, October, November, that says sun is S-O-N. What is it about this sun that even in the universe is identifying and reflecting as above, so below? This is key, because there's no mistake that you have sun as an luminosity, the glow, the energy radiating from a energy, the sun, that also have the S-O-N, September, October, November. It's not a mistake that you have sun and sun. Think about it. Just use your common sense. That'll help you to understand that these signs are here for a reason, to identify with someone being a sun. That even the beings from different planets who gave from the spirit, right? The spirit receive it, the mind creating, the body carries it out. Who is aware about a set sun. And understand that when you look at the image of the painting, you will notice that even in that image of the painting of this Christ child and that 14th star I was telling you about, that was veiled and brought to my attention, that Mary did a hand gesture that symbolized four, because you have one thumb and four fingers. She did that with the left hand, right? She did that with the left hand, that you would notice that the left thumb is glowing. And I didn't catch it then, but I catch it now, that if you look and you notice and see, you will see that in the light of the rays above her thumb is a green glow, a green hue. Why is it there a green hue? And slithers of the green in the rays aligned by the Christ, and the second ray that's going towards the PEN, as I was explaining to you. But more so that the green glow is being shown over the left thumb. It's no mistake. Painters don't make mistakes like that, because it's encoding the energy of the mysticism of the tantra that this one is able to do, and the things and abilities he's able to perform. Understand that it also encodes the green up under the woman, the Mary, allegedly, right? The Mary. And she's up under her is the green. You see? Notice the angels above this golden 14 silhouette with 8, but the points add up to 14. And even if it was 8, you still have 5 angels, and 5 and 8 give you 13. But understand that, notice that the 2 angels that's next to the circular disc, why are their legs open? Huh? They could have been kneeling on their knees, but the angels, the female angels, legs are open at the circular disc, both of them. You can't tell me that's not a mistake that is being done, but it's being done and shown for a reason, to give a message. You see? As is the left eye. Again, I want to state that you will notice that the rays forms right where the horn meets the rays, and the ear and the horn meets the rays, it's going to stop at a point. The horn and the ear stops at that point to identify with a 1, and you're going to see the silhouette of the hand gesture of her doing this here, and the ray that formed a 4 and a 1 that says 41. They coded 41 in this cave to identify with 4 being the letter D and A being the letter 1 that gave power to DA. It's no mistake that you have these signs, because you're dealing with masterminds. You're dealing with great thinkers. The sign of this 41, the sign of this D, the sign of this A, this 1, and then the 1 that gave us the coded 14, the AD. So pay attention to the signs, man, because at a certain time in the universe where the consciousness will be awakened, that there will be awakening of the consciousness to what is happening on this planet, and new things that's happening on this planet, and the things about to happen on this planet. And understand that on the word planet, you have plan, you have ET, you have plan, and you have ET, and ET plan. You always switch. Remember I told you, always switch your routine up. Where you go, what you eat, never let people have you figured out. You know what I'm saying? Consider this story time. Because to find out, Sunday,
caution, front car.
I go to drinking my waters, right? You know, I don't drink normal waters, I drink that alkaline water, right? So, I bust it down, fresh bottle, bust it down, and I get to drinking it, right? And when I bring it down, man, I see what look like biofilm, floating. Man, that shit look flimsy, sperm-like, floating. And then all of a sudden, it started to fragment and bust, and it was everywhere. I'm like, what? Luckily, I shuffle my waters up. So the older waters I bring to the top, newer waters I put at the bottom. And I mean, all together I must have maybe 4 or 5 cases of water. You know what I mean? Because I also, we drink with them, we eat with them. You know what I mean? We don't use faucet water.
This one is that I was drinking from.
So
they brought this to
I go to the case of waters, y'all, and
3.
I flip it like this here, and I go like this here, not down, and all of a sudden, all type of particles that the formula, the chemicals, or whatever it was, laid at the bottom. It was actually invisible.
I never known water to do that.
Then when I shook it up, all of a sudden, the biofilm particles, the contamination of what it was in that water, start to reappear. So
I got cases of it.
The ancient was told me to go, look at all the waters. And I did that, and 5 of them. Not to mention how many I or my family may have already consumed. So, because I go to a certain store and I have the manager order them for me, my first mistake is going to the same store, the same place to get anything.
In this water.
You know what I mean?
What the hell was it that I was just drinking?
So I called her. I was like, no, I don't plan on then ordering through any more cases of water from y'all anymore. I'm good. She said my name. She was like, oh yeah, we got your cases. I meant to call you. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm straight. Right? And so
what is this stuff?
I went to get some legal consultation about it. And because when you have certain elements in certain areas of the echelons who don't want to roundabout way to actually let it be known you know what I mean, you would target, they go about in a roundabout way to neutralize.
Like they
You know what I'm saying? So it's important that to be aware is to be alive, I believe. To switch your routines up, switch your routes up. And like I said,
it's not open.
When the ancient ones got you, who could get you?
That brought this to my attention.
It was just so happened that
it's 3.
I was able to be focused. And ironically, soon after we started drinking the waters, my stepson started to have issues with his urination and his bowels. He started to have issues. Topped off, I had started to feel a little bit sick, but I know what to do to be able to heal myself, and I promoted that healing now, and I switched up my regimen. To find out all the time, it was these contaminated waters. Now, legal counsel was like, yeah, you have a, pretty much you have a case. And they were saying for something like this, we would have to figure out which plant it came from, or where the material, you know what I'm saying, where it was at, where it came from. And we sorry that it happened, but it'll pretty much it'll be a lot of work. In layman's term, what was being said was, because I done consulted 4 or 5 different attorneys, and he was the only one to get back at me, right? Because that mysterious hand will go to a certain place. And because when you're dealing with certain people that's lawyers and attorneys, they connected. And a lot of them is aware of what's being done and how foods, fruits, vegetables, and a lot of stuff is being used to harm people in general, all people. So be aware of what it is you eat and what you consuming and things that you're doing. And switch your regimen up. I'm good, y'all. I just want y'all to be good and pay attention. 1.